Hey you guys, I am super up close and personal today because it finally came in. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, not so patiently. The Pure and Raw Beauty Kristi collection. You guys, I never buy collabs on launch day ever because it's crazy. I made an exception this time because I love Kristi with all my heart. She is like just the sweetest person. She's so kind, so loving. She's got a little one on the way. Like, she is just amazing. And A, I wanted to support her. And B, I loved the concept of this palette. So, before I get into everything, I know everyone has already gotten theirs in PR and is already like, got lucky and Pure to actually ship them out with the fast shipping they're supposed to come with. I did get, of course, the 25% off little coupon thing because mine was running late. I got a sample of their no blur or no filter blurring primer. And they also sent along their On Point eyeliner in the shade Down to Earth as a sorry for launch day being a little crazy, which is super sweet of them. By the way, this eyeliner looks really nice. Super creamy, so I'm really excited to try that. I love brown eyeliner, so I'm really excited to give that a shot. But let me show you what I got from the collection. I got everything she made. Okay, I got the palette. Here is the unicorn. It is gorgeous. I'm going to keep this, most likely because I love the artwork on it. And it's got Kristi on the back. You look so pretty. And then it has all the shades, which is wonderful. And the reason why I got this palette is I loved that there is a colorful and a neutral side. It's a double-sided palette. My heart, so happy about that, because I am the kind of person who looks at a palette and feels overwhelmed, or I have a day where I'm like, okay, today's a colorful day, or today's a neutral day, and I do like smaller palettes. The majority of my palettes are actually really large because smaller palettes tend to be like ColourPop ones where they're all very much the same color range. So having one that is so versatile makes me super happy. So I got the palette. I'll get into that in just a minute. I want to show you these lashes though. You guys, I was so surprised when these came in. These are huge. So I usually wear Ardell lashes, which are like this size. These lashes are ginormous. They're going to eat my eyebrows. I have very small eyes and just smaller features in general. And these are beautiful. It says they can be used up to 30 wears, which is incredible because out of my Ardells, I typically get like 3, maybe 4 tops. So if these last 30 wears, I will be shocked. I got both kinds that she released. I got Can't Be Bothered, which is the more natural lash, and then Lovely, which is the thicker, more dramatic lash. The packaging for these is incredible. Like, these are just packaged beautifully. Like, the detail. I am just so pleased with this. I love detail and packaging. Today I'm probably going to wear this set, Can't Be Bothered, because it is the lighter set. These are beautiful. They are huge though. They're so long, but they're fanned out, so I think I'll still be able. Normally if I wear a super large lash, I can't see any of the actual eye look on my eyes, so we'll see with these. And I have to admit, these are probably the fanciest lashes I've ever bought. Like, I've never bought lashes this expensive before, so we're going all fancy up in here. But anyway, let me get into the palette, and I'm already getting stuff on it, I swear. I'm clean. I swear my desk is clean, but if I have like any makeup out, somehow it gets on everything. Okay, let me pull the palette out. I'm so excited, you guys. I was like stalking my my mail lady for this, Like, come on, come on, come on. And she didn't knock when she dropped it off at my door. She just like stealth dropped it at my door. I'm like, so pretty. I love it. So on this side, the side with the holographic lettering, which is really hard to see on camera, it looks gorgeous in person, but it doesn't show up well on camera. And then you have the neutral side, which is the rose gold lettering. I love the artwork. It's beautiful. She did such a gorgeous job on this. Did anyone else like not know what a talented artist Kristi is? Like, I had no idea. This is really good. Like, this takes a good amount of skill to be able to draw like this. And then I like that the edge has like all the information, cruelty-free, gluten-free, vegan-friendly, etc. Really nice. And it's a double-sided palette, and each side has its own mirror, which makes me so happy. I know some people don't like them, but for me, I cannot stand if I buy a palette and it doesn't have a mirror in it. Because when I'm going somewhere, or if I'm putting stuff in like an emergency makeup bag, etc., whatever palette I grab better have a mirror, because I shouldn't have to grab an extra mirror, if that makes sense. Wait, let me open this. We have one little sheet protecting both the shadows and the mirror, which I really like. I don't like that there's like a separate pulley thing there for the mirror. And she did my absolute favorite thing, which is she put the names of the shadows on the palette. ColourPop, I'm looking at you. You need to put the names on the actual palette. Also, I want to show you the size difference. Don't get me wrong, I love ColourPop. But to give you an idea, these shadows are freaking huge. They're ginormous. Like, they're really, really big. So I am super duper duper impressed. They're very, very large shadows. They're about the size of a quarter, roughly. I don't know when the last time it was I actually handled a quarter, but they're roughly around the size of a quarter. Anyway, here is this side. This is the neutrals. These are beautiful. We have Camelot, It Just Does, My Whole Heart, Copper Boxes, Golden Ticket, Moot Point, B, I Told You, and You're Not My Real Dad, which is freaking hilarious. Anyone who grew up in like a divorced family finds this freaking hilarious. All right, let me go to the other side. And here are the brights. We have Flavor Town, which looks orange on camera, but is like a true bright red. Think like Elmo level bright red. Then we have Garden State Tribute and my Orange Cafe Disco, Side Effect, Dandelion, Hurtful, and Lumos. I love this. I love that her artwork is on the actual face of the palette. I think that is stunning. Like, just the detail is gorgeous in this. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch both sides, and then we're going to go ahead and do a look with this. I'm not going to go like behind the scenes story with the color names because she did a video. I'm going to link her initial announcement video down below where she goes over everything that's in the palette. Now, unfortunately, you can't buy this palette anymore, because by the time I actually got my hands on it and got it to my house, the last pre-sale for the palette was last weekend. So that really sucks. I think that they should have waited to do another sale on this palette until people actually had a chance to get it in their hands, try it, review it, etc. I would have done the initial launch and waited like 2 or 3 weeks before doing the pre-sale, not waiting like a week before anyone even got theirs. It's my personal opinion, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just swatch everything. I cannot talk today. I swear I'm drinking coffee. Okay, so we have Camelot. Camelot? Camelot. Do y'all see that? There's no primer on my arm. What I'm doing when I swatch, just so you know, is I literally put my finger in, go like 1, 2, and then swipe it on my arm. So this is, it just does. My whole heart. Beautiful. Okay, that matches my skin tone like identically. Copper boxes. These are insanely soft. The only shimmer on this side, which is Golden Ticket and Moot Points. Oh, that's pretty. These are definitely very, very soft shadows. Okay, and then we have B. Told You. And You're Not My Real Dad. These are gorgeous. These are beautiful, beautiful colors. Oh, I love it. So many shades of browns, and then the yellow and the peach. These are beautiful. Now, of course, arm swatches don't decide how the product will function on your eye. I just like them because sometimes it's hard to tell what the color actually looks like in a pan versus what it's going to look on different skin tones. And also for me, after years of doing this, I can compare products to other products pretty easily and be able to tell how it's going to work on my eye by how it works on my arm. Okay, so my arm is completely dry, and now we're going in with the colorful side. 1, 2, Flavor Town. Garden State. Tribute. Tribute came out a little thin. There we go. Purples tend to be the absolute hardest color to develop. And they're really, really tricky. They have been like ever since way, way back in the day. That's why purple used to only be a color for royalty, is because they're actually really hard pigments to develop. Am I Orange? Cafe Disco. Ooh, that's pretty. I love that these are mattes. Oh my gosh. Like, stunning. Side Effect. Oh, that is like hot Barbie pink. Like, cover of a magazine in the 90s, hot Barbie pink. Beautiful. Now we have Dandelion. Hurtful. Oh, that's rich and creamy. That is beautiful. And our white Lumos. Wow. Those are beautiful. The only thing is, I think, let me double check before I say anything. I want to see, okay, I do have a tiny bit of staining on my arm. These are pressed pigments. If your skin's sensitive to pigments, they will potentially stain your eyelids. I usually never have an issue with that. Now the only thing, Dandelion and Camelot. Wow, those two are really similar. Okay, I do want to swatch Camelot and Dandelion next to each other. These are very similar shades. So here's Camelot and here's Dandelion. Okay, no, they actually look more different. Camelot's more mustardy and Dandelion's more yellow. I don't wear yellow eyeshadow a lot. I'm actually getting more into it. I'm trying more, but yellow and my skin tone generally don't go great together, but I've been playing with bright yellows a bit more. I figure if I stay either in mustard or lemon, yellow looks good on me. I think we're trying it. We're giving it a shot. But anyway, let's go ahead and do a look with this palette now. I'm so excited to play with this. I am going in with an eyeshadow primer because these are pigments and they function better with primers. I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I'm trying to get as close as my little chair will allow me. I'm just glad the storms haven't started yet. It's sunny. It was like super sunny this morning and now it's cloudy. And it's supposed to storm like crazy all afternoon, which means my cat is going to freak out. Emma hates thunderstorms. Like anything else, she's like fine with it. But this cat will know if there is a thunderstorm like miles away. Like if Emma's like hiding in a corner, I automatically go and check the Weather Channel because I know there's a storm coming. I have no plan on what I want to do with this palette. I don't know. I think I'm going to start with a neutral look. And I will say this palette will probably get really messy because even just after swatching, I already have like stuff on the mirror. So I thought I was originally going to do a bright look, but I think I want to do a neutral look today and then maybe I'll come back and do another look with this palette. I just kind of want to see how this works with my normal everyday style of makeup. So I'm grabbing a fluffy brush. This is a Morphe M330 and I'm going in with my whole heart. And just like I always do, I'm popping that right underneath my brow bone. And my bangs want to get all friendly. All right, now I'm taking the Morphe M506. Let's go in with Copper Boxes. Wow, do you guys see that? Hold on, I keep moving my mirror in front of me. Do you see how fluffy that is? That is crazy, crazy, super fluffy. So if you tend to be rough with your brushes or you tend to really have a habit of digging into product, you really don't need to. You just need to lightly tap. And wow, is this pigmented? It really wants to grab quite a bit, but it's pretty. It's definitely very grabby. That could be the primer I'm using. Going to lay that down and then I'm going to take a little bit more of my whole heart just to go in and blend that with. Different primers, especially when you're working with pigments, can have different effects. I'm also going to take just a tiny bit of Camelot and go on top of that and just kind of like scratch it into place. Teensy tiny back and forth, just using it to blend in. Okay, that's pretty. Let's go ahead and do that on the other side as well. Going to try a little bit different, just going in and laying it down and then blending. Okay, that works a bit better. All right, so different eyeshadows and pigments tend to behave differently. So with this one, I highly recommend it if you've watched Nikki tutorials and the way she applies her shadows. Lay down these pigments like that where you go in, pick up the pigment, lay it down, and then blend. That's what I seem to be having the best luck with. I'm also going to, the next time I try this, try it with a different primer because I've seen some beautiful blends done with this palette. So I think the primer may be grabbing a bit. Correction, I think the primer may be grabbing a lot. We'll see. I'm actually going to grab my fluffier brush and just kind of really soften that out. Blend, 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 blend. Most of us do a lot more blending than you actually tend to see on camera. It's basically blending until you feel like your arm's going to fall off. I'm feeling very like peanut buttery today, so let's go in with Told You. I'm going to do that in the outer corner. Ooh, I love that color. Any like rich peanut buttery browns are like probably in my favorites when it comes to neutrals. My eyes can be difficult to work with sometimes because I have such small lids and they tend to kind of disappear. Like my eyes aren't fully hooded, but they're partly hooded. This formulation's really interesting. It reminds me of the formulation in the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. It's very, very similar to the way that's formulated. At least it feels that way. Now I'm going to take Golden Ticket just on my ring finger and dot that in the middle. Oh, that is so pretty. And I like to take it up above my crease. That way it's more visible when my eyes are open. I'm just going to take my little brush again. Just fluff out those edges a tiny bit. And I'm losing all of my sunlight, yay! So if I look blue at all or rough, it's because my sunlight has decided to go away. Sad. And now I will say I love It Just Does in this palette. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color and I want to use it so bad. I'm just not sure if it will work in this look or not. What the hell, I'm gonna use it anyway because it's pretty. So I'm taking, ooh, that is soft. Okay. I'm using my little e.l.f. flat detailer brush. And taking It Just Does, which is a very bright coral. Like, I can't even call this peach. This is like straight up coral. It almost would fit better on the bright side of the palette to me, just because it is that much of a standout. It doesn't scream like a neutral to me. I don't know. We'll see. Once lashes and liner are on, we'll see how it looks. Going to take a teensy teensy detailer brush and Golden Ticket again. And pop that right on that inner corner. Oh, and I want to say, like, I have an eyelash, but no fallout from this, which is insanely surprising. I was seriously expecting some major fallout from this just because I'm just blending these two shades together down here. Just because I tend to usually get a lot of fallout with pigments. Not at all. Like, this is beautiful. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and pull out this liner. Let's go ahead and use this pure liner. I'm going to, it's really interesting actually. It looks like the lid is designed so that it screws on, and every time you screw it on, it sharpens the liner, which is really nice because I actually do prefer liners like that. So I'm just going to line my tight line with this. Okay, not bad at all actually. It glides on really, really smooth. It's really comfortable to hold, which is nice. Now for the lashes, I'm going to wear Can't Be or which one? Which one am I going with? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Can't Be Bothered today because they're a little bit more fluffy and see-through. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No, correction, I'm going to go with Lovely because if you look at them, Can't Be Bothered have a black band and Lovely have a clear band. Since I don't have a liner on today, I'm going to go with Lovely because, yeah, no liner on today. So let me measure these real quick. Make sure they will fit my eye because they're huge. Wow, they're soft though. Look at that band. That is crazy soft. Holy. Okay. Let me see how long these are. Wow, these are huge. Ah! These are huge lashes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I usually like my lashes back a good bit. These are soft enough that I'm just going to trim one section off of these. I trim off the long end. I'm just going to trim that off right there. And I tend to keep the trimmed bits of lash. And I have a reason for that, because say you ever want just like a teensy bit of glamour, you can just pop a little extra lash on there sometimes, or you can use them as like lower lashes. So I'm going to do the same on the other lash. All right, let's see how those fit now. Those are still going to probably be huge on my eye, actually. I don't want to cut them too small, but I'm gonna have to take a whole second section off of these. All right, so I did have to trim these down quite a bit. This is what we are left with, and yes, it does kill me cutting lashes down that much, especially expensive lashes. So hopefully they look great. But before I put those on, I'm going to curl my lashes. I like to curl and do mascara before I put my lashes on, just because if I do mascara second or after I put my lashes on, then the lashes don't last as long, and I would like these to last for quite a while. Where's my mascara? There it is. Revlon Volumizing. I keep like peeking at the window, like is it going to start thunderstorming any minute? I don't hear the cat flipping out yet, so that's a good sign. So I'm just putting a light coat of mascara on. The thing with makeup is at first I didn't like the peach underneath, but I've learned not to judge until the entire look is done. So we're going to let that dry. Also, where the lavender is fading out of my hair's starting to look gray. Not quite sure what to do about that. Just add more lavender until the blue fades enough to go pink again, I suppose. Dry, dry, dry. Now, lashes. Duo lash glue. These do not come with lash glue, which I actually prefer because I find that most people, myself included, are very particular on lash glue to make sure these will fit. Yay! Yes, they will fit. Excellent. These are crazy soft. Like crazy, crazy soft lashes. I like that the band's nice and thick too, even though it's clear. Because it's thick, it's easier to pop the glue on. I'm just going to let those sit and just kind of watch the glue. I want sure it's turning a little blue. They're ready to put on. These are actually still really close into my inner corner of my eye, closer than I normally wear my lashes. But that's okay, just hopefully that band, it's really obvious right now. Hopefully once the glue dries, it won't be quite so obvious. And wow, those are eyebrow grazing lashes. If anything, those are insanely big lashes. I love it. They're light though. Like I've bought some from, like I think I've got like some Eyelure ones that are like supposed to be really big dramatic lashes, and they're so heavy that you feel like you're falling asleep because they weigh your eye down. These are light as hell. Oh my God, Kristi, these are light. So I'm just kind of pinching to blend everything together. I'm going to put the other lash on while these dry. Oh my gosh, hopefully that band is not visible when it dries. Keeping my fingers crossed for that. It might be though. That's okay. If it is, what I'll do next time is just put on some black or dark brown liner and work with that. Please tell me I have finally found super dramatic lashes that I can stand wearing. Also, I need more lash glue. I'm running low. We're not even going to talk about how long I've had this ball of lash glue. Probably way too long. Okay, if you look up close, really close, you can see the little white tabby at the front of the lashes. I wonder if I can trim that off or it'll affect the lashes. The glue is pretty much dried, but you can still see that white tab and you can see the lightness of the band if you're really up close. But honestly, if you're like 3 feet or more, you can't see it. So I think these are fine to wear without liner if you're like a social distancing length. Speaking of, oh my god, these with a mask. Ooh. So already, pop them on. I will say these are shockingly easy to apply. I don't like applying lashes with tweezers. I prefer applying them with my hands. And most super thick, heavy lashes, not heavy, but super dramatic, thick lashes like this are really difficult to apply with your hands. They're like nearly impossible. Holy crap. These are gorgeous. Like, I don't think I have enough makeup on to even justify wearing these. These are beautiful. Ooh. Hold on. So normally I do not wear glitter on a daily basis. I'm breaking out the Stila glitters because these are amazing. This is in the shade Diamond Dust. And these lashes need a little pop of glitter. So I'm just going to take this. Right underneath. And we're actually going to put this over that peach. There we go. And I'm putting just a little extra in the inner corner for some glamour because those are glamour lashes. Holy cow, those are stunning. So, you guys, here is the final look. All right, you guys, I want to go ahead and just give you my final thoughts on this whole collection. The lashes, stunning. Right now I'm wearing the pair Lovely. These are beautiful. They have a clear, super, super flexible band. I haven't played with Can't Be Bothered yet. I'm going to pull one off though because I want to see if the band is as flexible as the band on Lovely. And it is not. The band on Can't Be Bothered is a very standard black plastic band. They're not quite as pliable, but the band on Lovely, like the band on these is insane. If you guys know of any other brand that does a thick, clear band like that, let me know because every other brand I've tried that has a clear band is a thin clear band. This one's thick and it's just, I'm over the moon for these lashes. I'm in love with these lashes. As for the palette, this palette is gorgeous. I had a little bit of trouble initially getting the shadows to blend, but I think that's more from the primer I use. The Urban Decay primer tends to be very, very grabby. So what you might want to do is take a base shade like My Whole Heart and not just put under the brows like I did, but put under over the whole eye, or use some setting powder and set your primer, and then you may have an easier time blending. It's very common with pressed pigments like this because there's so much pigmentation and so little filler that it is more difficult to blend, especially if you're new to working with things like pigments. I only used the neutral side of the palette, but I'm very, very impressed with it. I think it is beautiful. I did add some glitter because these lashes called for glitter. And then next time I do a look with this palette, I'm going to use this colorful side because I'm dying to get into these. I think I need to rub Garden State all over my entire face because teal is one of my very favorite colors, like ever. And it's beautiful. I love the packaging. I love the quality. I think it is more than worth the price. I wish that they would make this part of the permanent collection because I'm going to go through, especially the neutral side of this palette, like crazy. And also, I need these lashes with this band, like, in every single style of lash you can imagine, because I need them and I need to be able to buy them. So I would love it. I don't think there's any plans to make this permanent. I think they should. I think they would sell a lot of these if they made it permanent because these are just beautiful. I love the concept. I love Kristi. She's an amazing human being, and I know she's had some tough times with people being mean to her lately, especially, and she's incredible, and we need to all send her our love and support. And I love you, Kristi. I think you're amazing. I think your palette and your collection in general is beautiful, and I am in love with these lashes, and I think you may have converted me over to the dark side of heavily dramatic lashes, because these are freaking stunning. But yeah, all my love for this collection. I think it's beautiful. I think it's incredibly well done. I think they definitely underestimated her selling power, and hopefully if she collabs with Pure again or with another brand, that they have things a bit more in place so that everything runs smoother. But again, that's an issue with makeup launches, and that's why I never buy makeup ever on launch day. But I made an exception for you, Kristi, because I love you and I'm so glad I got this palette. It is gorgeous. And no, I don't know Kristi personally at all. I just have followed her channel forever, and I think we would be really good friends if we ever met in person. So yeah. Just a disclaimer, I bought this whole thing on my own. I stalked my post office, etc. I literally was on Pure's website for like 12 hours that day. I finally got this at like midnight right before it sold out. Yeah, long day. Anyway, totally worth it. I am wearing these lashes for like ever. Like, I'm seeing my mom on Saturday. I will be wearing these lashes. Enough about the lashes. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching this whole video. If you liked it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos a couple times a week. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.